down there. I'll see if I can poke her down. Normally I wouldn't fly her for another hour. And with birds of prey, they only fly to feed. They only fly for 20% of their lives. They sit for 80% of the time. You ready? So you'll know, don't worry, she won't run into you. That would hurt her. And she doesn't care about us at all. Hey! No, she's just been a bit lazy. But you'll notice she has a very long wing and a short tail. And that's the quintessential falcon design. There are lots of types of falcons. But that's what gives them great air.
It's a good looking outfit.
Now, because it's such a small tail, they've got very poor stop and start capability. You see all the crows are rolled up now. They don't like her. Yeah. And so there's no brakes and no rudder. So they can't fly in the forest. They're not designed to fly in the woods at all. See if she wants to go. Come on. Yeah. So every day you pick up your bird, you weigh it, and you fly it. And how it reacts at that weight tells you how much you need to feed. Because all animals are all friendly animals. They have a switch on and a switch off point. So a lion is only active for 4 hours a day. But which 4 hours do you need to watch the test? So here she goes. See, she's coughing up a pellet here, guys. You see that? Right. Now that's called a casting. And that's why she wasn't ready to fly. Come on! But because she couldn't eat down on top of that casting. There we go. So now she's able to do that. Come on! And she'll fly. That's the fur and the feather from the animal she ate yesterday. Okay? And as she coughs up this pellet, it comes up and it cleans out her crop. And her crop is a pouch where she holds the food. And she can hold a full pigeon in there, or a full crow, or half a rabbit or something. And they digest it later on in the day. That's how they do it.
He decides his pocket.
Yeah. Come on.
I'll put a little sway to see if she might be able to.
Hey, there we go. So the idea is getting as close to her as I can without her catching it, but close enough that she thinks, ooh, I almost had him. Come on. And so that she just keeps trying. If you were training this bird to hunt, you start out the first day with one pass, then let her catch it with 2 passes. Come on. Let her catch it and build it up, so on and so on. And what that does is it teaches the bird stamina, and that if it just keeps persisting, it will catch whatever it is it's trying to catch. Okay? Come on. So when you take her into the hunting field, she will then keep up the stamina and chase those ducks or pigeons or pheasants or whatever it is.
Give me a break, man. Give me a break, buddy.
So basically I drop the spool, allow the line to peter out enough that it just slows her down gently, and she can land softly then with the food. Now she is a bit close to us here because she'll think we're trying to steal her food, but she should be okay. I give her about a 2 meter. One steps back. I'm joking. Yeah. It's a 2-pound bird.
Hey Baron, how are you?
Everybody behind Bill.
Yeah. So once she's eaten that, I'll have her up here to the fish for the rest of her food.
2 pounds, you say?
She's a 2-pound bird, yeah. Can you imagine 2 pounds at 246 miles an hour? And all that's sticking out is her back talon, which is called the helix. And as she comes down, she will strike whatever it is with that hooked talon at the back. And that's how she kills them. And she could knock down a goose 10 times her size, you know. So it's not the size of the bird in the fight. So we've learned everything about fast flight, jet propelled flight from these guys. She's the most aerodynamic shape in the animal kingdom. She's an upside down teardrop. So when she drops, oh, you finished? Okay. When she stoops or dives, the same men can't multitask. Jonas says that. But her her feathers are so rigid, and so close to the body, they press out the air from underneath. So the outside pressure and the inside pressure are different. She actually gets sucked down to the earth, and that's how a falcon can fly faster than terminal velocity. Okay, that's how that works. So I'm just getting the gooey bits out of the chicken here. You all had your eggs this morning. Which came first, the chicken and the egg? Well, both of them, because the chick grows around the yolk of the egg, and then that ends up in his belly, and he feeds off that for the first week of his life until he learns how to be a predator. Okay, because we think chickens, we think corn, but if you're a mouse or a lizard or a small thing like that, it's a T-Rex. So that's the way they learn how to catch things. But I'm just getting rid of the gooey bits because they're a bit messy. So you can see she's hiding the food from me. I've got 3 brothers, that's how we eat. It's mine! And yeah, so here she goes. So she's 8 years old. I used to use her for bird control at landfill sites and farms and things like that. So I'd take her out to an area, just like an airport. Thank you for sharing. She would scare off the crows like she just did there, and that would keep them out of the area. Every major airport in the world has a guy like me flying falcons, obviously not so handsomely dressed, but flying falcons to keep the birds out of the engines of the airplanes so it keeps them in the sky. You all heard that story about Sully and landing the plane, the bird strike. The bird strike used to cost the US aviation 600 million per annum in damage to planes, so the falconry can reduce that by 80%. That's a big saving. So it's an ancient answer to a modern day conundrum.
I had to do the math.
Yeah. There we go. So I'm going to get this lady going. So she has a 1 in 5 chance of catching prey. With you, she never fails. She flies away, she misses the quarry. She comes back, you feed her. She goes, I lose, I win. I can't lose, I'll keep this guy, he's handy. And that's the only reason she doesn't fly away. She doesn't stay here because I'm her boss or I tell her what to do or any such thing like that. She's only flying to me because it's easier to her. It's why your dog acts like a puppy all his life, because he can manipulate you into getting treats and nice things. I have 3 of them, they're experts. Yeah. So yeah. So just going to pop on her leash here, and then we'll head on up and we'll get a hawk out and we'll fly a hawk for you and we'll show you how she works with the hawk and the dog and all that. Alright. Any questions so far, guys? Yeah, her name is Duchess. The Duchess, yeah. Now, are you finished? You pop your hood. Yeah, pop your hood for a second.
I can't like that.
Are there different varieties of falcons?
Yeah, there's loads of different types. You come from Texas, right? So you've got prairie falcons, you've got peregrine falcons, you've got merlins, there's so many. There's a vast amount of them. And different ones have different niches. So prairie falcons will kill prairie dogs, which is falcons normally only kill birds, but it just depends on the niche. Okay? So, yeah, we have 6 falcons here at Mount Falcon. We have all kinds. We have Jura falcons from the Arctic, we have peregrines, we have merlins, all kinds. Yeah. She's actually a hybrid. She's a cross between a peregrine and a saker, and that's like crossing an Arab stallion with an Irish draft mare. You'll get the fastest horse in the world. Because in Ireland we used to trade war horses and birds of prey with the Romans. Now we trade them with the Arabs. Because we breed really fast. And that's because of our northern latitude and the Gulf Stream. Okay? Lots of grass and sugar in the grass. So come on with me. We'll head on up here.